Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of, I almost said the Budget Cut Podcast. I'm folding already. The Dope Sports Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on a Tuesday morning. As you can see on the screen, we have our co-host Tony from Get the Tables here, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you follow Get the Tables on Twitch if you're not doing so already. This episode is brought to you by dopecontent.com as well. As you see, we got Jalen Hurts securing the bag. Him and his agent on the screen. Shout out to them. Jalen Hurts become the highest paid player in NFL history. So I got to give him a hand clap for doing that off of one season. And we're not going to waste any time. But before we get into everything, Tony, how's your day going? Uh-oh. Hold on. Can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Better? It's a muggy day here, man. But other than that, it's been good.
Really? It's muggy out there. It's actually
Cloudy.
okay down here for
Cloudy
once.
over here.
It's actually okay in Dallas for once. It's actually sunny. The wind is blowing. Wow. It's been stupid because it's been super cold in the morning. So we wake up freezing, and then by 10 o'clock it's hot. So that's Texas for you, man. But yeah,
yes, sir.
We're going to get into it. Let's get right to it. Let's not waste any time. For the people that's joining on Twitch and YouTube, know the game. Thank you. For the people that's joining later or watch the replay, much love to y'all as well. We're not here to waste time. We both got a busy day. I got to go back to work. Tony got things he got to do as well. So let's get right into it. Jalen Hurts agreed to a 5-year extension worth $255 million. And $179 million of it is guaranteed, and it comes with a no trade clause.
Bruh.
Wow, a no trade clause coming from Philly is unheard of. What do you think about this move?
I like it. I mean, why? I mean, he sent you to the Super Bowl this past year. Why not secure him for as long as you can? He's young. His future is bright. I mean, I'm surprised they gave him that type of a deal. But you can't blame him. I think he's worth the money. The future is bright for Jalen Hurts, and the team wants to win now. So why not try to secure him for a couple of more seasons? And it doesn't really hit them cap-wise until near the end of the contract. The no trade clause is a little bit shocking because the Eagles, like you said, don't do that.
Yeah.
But it's not a bad contract overall. I think it's a really good one for both teams. If anything, it screwed the Ravens over more because now Lamar Jackson's seeing this and he's like, what the hell? What's going on here? And I still don't think Lamar deserves to get more than Jalen. I still don't think that. I don't. Jalen has done more to prove for that contract.
Jalen had one season.
Yeah, but it was a pretty big season at that. Super Bowl, and they don't make that Super Bowl without him. And I feel like it's worth keeping him that long, and I still don't think Lamar deserves to get that. I don't think he deserves to be the highest paid quarterback in the league. Some people will argue don't think Jalen is as well, which, I mean, that's debatable. But right. I feel like Lamar still does not deserve to be a $51 million a year quarterback or paid higher than Jalen. If you want to put him in the top 5 category, sure. That's fine with me. But I still don't think Lamar has earned that spot yet to be a top paid quarterback in the league. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, Ravens are probably sweating it out now. Be like, oh crap, look what happened here with the Eagles signing Jalen to this monster deal. It's only going to hurt the Ravens now because Lamar is going to expect something similar, if not more.
He should get it.
So I don't know, man. I don't feel like he should get paid more than Jalen. But again, that's just me. If you have a different opinion, that's fine. But I just don't feel like Lamar deserves to get more at this moment. Let's see what he does this year. And what if he goes out and balls and takes him to the Super Bowl? Then yeah, I would say yeah, give him that contract. But as of now, I think Lamar shouldn't be paid higher than Jalen. He should obviously be paid higher than Daniel Jones and some of these other quarterbacks. But I just don't see him should be paid as the number one quarterback in the NFL.
So Jalen, is the Super Bowl your mark now? Chump ass.
I feel like
the Super Bowl
is the marquee spot for a quarterback. Yeah, honestly. Or win at least more than one playoff game. You know, Jalen went from almost and we could talk about this when they played the Bucks in the playoffs. What was it, last year or the year before?
Yeah, he
didn't play bad. It was the coaching of Jalen Hurts that really hurt him, and him not recognizing certain stuff going on field. He went off season, worked on things. They added weapons. They gave him a little bit more things to work with in the offense.
Loaded him up.
Yeah, and it seemed to really, really work. Look how far they went. Now, Lamar Jackson, again, is not getting anything on his offense this season other than Odell. And, you know, it's going to be hard to judge him. But I think if he can get them to the playoffs again, win them a game, stay injury-free for once, then, yeah, give him that contract. I just don't feel like – I feel like it's a risk with Lamar. I honestly do.
So based on 1 year of Jalen Hurts with a super loaded team, that's if you put Lamar in that same team, they're winning the Super Bowl.
See, I don't know. It's debatable.
They're winning the Super Bowl. Sure. Lamar, I'm sorry, I've been on Jalen Hurts fan base, even telling Eagles fans this time last year to stop down talking Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts is better than what they are and he needs weapons. He got the weapons. He proved his thing. Shout out to him. I don't want to hate on Jalen Hurts. But when it comes to Lamar has done more with less. And Lamar would have beaten the Chiefs last year in the Super Bowl with that same offense and that scheme and everything. Lamar hasn't had anything close to what Jalen Hurts had last year.
No, I agree with you on that. But I feel like if you're it's hard to say because I feel like if you're a really, really good quarterback, you can kind of overcome some of the lack of talent that you have. Look what Tom Brady did with some of the talent that he had.
Tom Brady had the number one defense every time, though.
I mean, but so does Ravens defense ain't no slouches, though. I mean, these last couple of seasons, they haven't been up to Ravens standards. But still, I mean, the lack of talent to me is a little bit of a cop-out. But it's also a reason why he hasn't really done great with the Ravens either. Like we talked about this a couple of weeks ago when this whole
Tom
contract
had Belichick,
talks.
Genius.
Yeah, but Harbaugh's again, he's not a bad coach.
His offensive coordinator, I don't even want to say his name. This guy, this past year that was the offensive coordinator was trash. Get him out of here. That's like Kellen Moore for the Cowboys. Both of them gone. Good.
I agree with you on that. I do feel like that the offense kind of didn't help Lamar at all. But again, the thing with Lamar is this. The lack of talent for Lamar has not been there. True. 100% facts on that. But the thing with Lamar is he can't stay healthy. And I'm going to give you something of that nature of a contract, you got to stay healthy, my man. And I know some of it has to do with the Ravens asking for Lamar to do quite a bit on that offense. But it seems like every year that man is missing at least 3 to 4 games, if not more.
It was 2 years. It was last year and the year before.
And that's not good. That's a consistency. If it's consistent, you have to worry about that. When you're giving someone that much money, all it takes is one play, and that dude is out for the year.
That's with everybody, though. Jalen Hurts can do the same. He runs
true, but Jalen Hurts doesn't run as much as Lamar does.
He don't have to. That's the point.
Yeah, true.
And he got the best offensive line in the game.
I just feel like Lamar to me hasn't. And I don't want to be that person because I do think Lamar is a really good quarterback. Would love him on my team, but I don't think he has done enough to prove to me that he deserves to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. If he does, like if he goes out there and balls it out this year, takes him to maybe the second or third round of the playoffs, stays injury free, doesn't miss more than maybe a game or two because of it happens, then yeah, I would consider it. The injury risk with Lamar is what makes me kind of second guess me giving him so much money. Yeah. That's the only thing.
I don't think the injury thing is that much of a problem considering, I mean, we'll see this year when it comes to how they use him this year, if he plays. But the Ravens, okay, you let Lamar slip, it's a wrap for you. Now, I got Nicole Lynn on here. What's up, Push? Chump ass, if you didn't hear me earlier, appreciate you joining on YouTube. He says it has to be at least the NFC or AFC title game for him as the mark for the quarterback. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but people already putting what's his name from the Chargers. They already putting him on a pedestal. They already putting the Jacksonville quarterback on a pedestal. Justin Herbert and my mind is going blank right now. Trevor Lawrence on the pedestals right now, and all they did was make the playoffs.
But Burrow deserves it.
Burrow went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but like I think I understand like the Ravens. I don't know. Quarterbacks don't come like Lamar and all them don't come out of every draft very often, and I can understand why the Chargers, seeing how they've had the worst luck as a franchise with quarterbacks. Oh, I mean, well, not really. They've only had really one quarterback on that team, which was Rivers. For so long, they haven't really gone with anyone else other than Herbert. And I feel like the Chargers are a team or an organization to try to lock down a quarterback to try to keep them for the rest of their career. Kind of like, like the Spurs with Duncan, they knew what they had with him, so they try to lock him down forever. Yeah. I feel like that's what the Chargers are trying to do with Herbert. Like, they see the talent, they know he's really, really good. All he needs is the talent around him to make him come to that next level. Does he deserve to be the number one quarterback paid? No, obviously not. Okay. But I do agree with them wanting to lock him down. Like, I don't disagree with them doing that. I wouldn't pay him probably what they may pay him, but you got to do what you got to do sometimes. And in NFL, it's a tough league, and you don't get these quarterbacks very often. It's very, very luck at most sometimes when you get a good quarterback, especially when the Chargers aren't going to get a top 5 pick.
Right.
So it's like it's really, really tough for you not to give them that money. Like with Dak, with Cowboys. They probably overpaid for Dak, right? Would you agree? They overpaid for Dak? Okay.
No.
Some people
it's a bargain now. Look at it.
Well, yeah. Well, some of these quarterbacks are okay at the time.
No,
at the
because
time. Okay.
I'm gonna say the same thing about Jalen Hurts. A lot of people saying Jalen Hurts is overpaid because he's getting $51 million a year, but in 2 years, hell, maybe even next year, just like the Dak contract, when Dak got $40 million, literally the next year, it was 3 other quarterbacks getting way more than him, and it looked like a bargain. And then now here we are, he's 7th highest paid, and he's making the same as Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones don't deserve Dak money. Kirk Cousins don't deserve Dak money. Richie Vargas, Twitter told me that they took him down, so I haven't looked for it, but
teams are overreacting on quarterbacks because that's what it is. It's a quarterback game. Don't really go far without a quarterback. We've seen it with many teams that if you don't have a proper quarterback, you're not going to make it very far in the NFL. So I feel like teams are overreacting, overpaying because they don't want to lose quarterbacks because there's no second. They don't have a second plan. There's no backup plan. Like the Giants, they lost Daniel Jones. Like, what were they going to do? Go get Baker or go get another serviceable quarterback when they feel like Daniel Jones could be the man for them. I understand some of these moves, but then again, I'm like, wow, it's crazy how much they're paying for some of these quarterbacks.
Yeah, and see, like the Dak contract, it's not even just like the Jalen Hurts contract is doing. That's why it was smart for the Eagles to go ahead and do it early, even though it's kind of a risk on 1 year, but his cap hit, like you said earlier, is not really going to affect the team as much as people think it is.
4 or 5 years from now,
and then that's when you just restructure or extend, like they doing with Dak. And people gonna be mad. They talking about that contract now. Wait till Dak get this extension and it's $55 million. That's what the market is now.
If you gotta think about it, like this is not a bad deal for the Eagles. Yeah, like you said. When it gets to that period of time, they can restructure his deal. Yeah. Which, if he's a team player, he will do it. Hurts will do it. We've seen it with Mahomes. We've seen it with Brady. These guys take contract. They renew them, and they make it money, to where they can still go out and sign people.
Right.
And that's what Hurts is going to do. Once that time comes, in about 3 to 4 years, he'll just restructure his contract.
Salary cap will be way higher.
Yeah, and he'll be able to help the team out. So again, some quarterbacks aren't like that.
Yeah,
but a lot of them do that, so they can still continue on winning. So it's not a bad deal if you see the numbers and you're like, holy shit.
Right.
But then you got to take a deep dive into the contract and see how it's actually not a bad contract.
Yeah. So shout out to Jalen Hurts. Shout out to Lynn, man. I don't want to say her name wrong. Let me make sure I say her name. Nicole Lynn for getting Jalen Hurts and signing Jalen Hurts with this contract. So a quick story about that is Jalen Hurts got out of college. Of course, he finished in Oklahoma, started in Alabama, and as soon as his last game in college, his last bowl game with Oklahoma, she just sent the DM, just shooting her shot, saying, "Hey, do you have an agent? If not, I would love to link up with you." Jalen heard her out, gave her a chance, even though nobody knew who she was like that, and she's just been she wasn't named like that. People knew her, but she wasn't, to us. She wasn't a name like that. Jalen gave her a contract. Hooked up with a contract, and now she's here getting him signed to the biggest contract in NFL history. And it's a good look as far as salary cap for the Eagles. And it's a no trade clause. That's the part that got me, because they don't do no trade clause in Philly. So that really got me. But we'll see what happens with Lamar. I think Lamar is going to get paid.
Needs to smarten up, and I'm not trying to take a dig at him. He needs to get an agent, man.
Well, we'll see.
He needs to go out and he needs to go out and get an agent, because he doesn't have any pull when it's just him and his mom doing it. He needs an agent who has been there, knows what they're doing, and I feel like him not having an agent is hurting him. It really is.
Yeah, Chump ass said on YouTube that they offered him a $200 million contract and he turned it down. I take those reports with a grain of salt, because every time they report it, Lamar gets on Twitter and say that's not true. So those reports, until I actually hear from Lamar or the Ravens themselves reporting that, I'll take it for a grain of salt. It's like me listening to a wrestler dirt sheet say something. Oh, like last night. Oh, Becky Lynch, she's mad because no, she's not. She's injured. That's why she wasn't at Raw, and they just play y'all all day.
It's Twitter, folks. It's Twitter.
Thank you.
We don't know if it's true or false, when it comes to Twitter.
But they did. They just take it and run with it.
Yeah. So we got to really chill out and relax. Lamar has came out and denied all these, these news reports. So we don't know what's true or what's not. I really do feel like with Lamar, though, he needs an agent to help him out in this situation, because I think the agent could really, really help out Lamar. Lamar's banking on himself, which is not a bad thing. He's a very talented quarterback, but I think he needs to kind of come to sense that he may not be able to be the highest paid quarterback. Maybe in the future, he's still young, but as of now, he has to kind of sit back and say, all right, maybe I'm not going to get this deal. Do I want to go with the Ravens, or do I want to go with a team that may not be good?
I think he'll get the deal he wants. I think he gets the deal he wants, but it just won't be this year.
Yeah, I agree. Why not say to Lamar, hey, go out and prove yourself. Take us far. Not, to one playoff game. Take us far. And then maybe we'll talk and give you that high contract that you want. And you got to also think to the Ravens too. They need to help him out too.
Yeah.
Odell ain't shit, man. Odell's a very talented wide receiver, but we're not getting Odell from the New York Giants doing one-hand grabs and doing all this shit. That's long gone, man. We're not getting that Odell.
Yeah.
So they need to help him out as well, and they gotta help each other out in this situation.
Yeah. So, do you think something can happen in the draft where, let's say, one of these teams don't get the quarterback that they were looking to get, and they somehow, for whatever reason, don't get a quarterback? Does Lamar get paid then? Do they make a trade for Lamar then and pay him then?
I don't think so. I think, honestly, if anything happens, Colts make the trade and they get Lamar. I don't see any other team in that top 10
that will.
That it could be. It may be. Washington could,
new ownership now.
Yeah, smarter ownership, guys that will help out the team, hopefully.
Eric Bieniemy over there.
Yeah, and that would be a perfect guy for Lamar to link with. So, look what he did with Patrick Mahomes. But the draft, to me, is where it all starts for Lamar. Because we may see two quarterbacks traded that night.
It's going to be interesting, man. So, we're definitely doing a draft. I inbox you on how we going to do it, because I don't know if I meant to ask you last week if you're going to do like your stream, then we just do Discord audio, or we send it up.
Oh,
like
it don't matter. I won't go live. I'll just go live with you.
Okay, yeah. Either way, I'm good with it. So we'll definitely get to the draft. It's going to be interesting. So we're definitely going to be live for that. Let's get into the rest of the show, and we're going to talk NBA, XFL, and NHL playoffs. Oh, before we do, real quick question for my boxing fans, or quick promo for my boxing fans. Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia finally taking place this Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be a hell of a fight. One of the most anticipated fights in the boxing industry right now. Finally going at it. Both guys undefeated. Both guys are champions. Both guys got a lot of power and a lot of speed. Ryan Garcia is a bigger guy, longer reach. I think Tank is the better boxer still, but this is close. Tank seems to be nervous and focused at the same time. Ryan is kind of just talking noise, but he's not believable when he's talking noise. So if you had to make a prediction on this one, who do you have winning this fight?
Well, I will admit, I'm not a boxing analyst by far. I don't really watch boxing much anymore. It doesn't excite me as it once did when I was growing up. But from what I've been reading on Twitter and hearing like the water cooler talk at work, everyone expecting Ryan Garcia to lose is what I'm kind of hearing and seeing from people.
Yeah,
they feel like this Tank, what's his name? Tank
Davis.
Tank Davis, thank you, is gonna go out there and just murder him. Like he's just gonna go out there and destroy him. That's what I've been reading. Everyone feels like Tank's the better boxer, that he should just destroy Ryan, that Ryan hasn't really had any competition in the ring. I'm gonna go with the underdog. I'm gonna go with Ryan. I think he wins. I'm gonna go with Ryan. I'm gonna go with a decision. I think he wins by split decision. I don't think maybe we get a knockout. I think that's what everyone's expecting to happen. But I think it goes the distance, and I think Ryan pulls off the upset. That's what I don't know if it's an upset in boxing terms, but it feels like an upset with what I'm hearing on Twitter and from people at work, that Tank should just destroy him.
It might be a little bit of upset, just a little bit, but once again, both guys are undefeated. WWE fan, what's good?
What's the record?
Cross. I don't know the record off heart. They both like 25-0 or something like that. They over 20 fights each. Yeah, I have to.
Oh yeah, I saw that. DeMar Hamlin's cleared to play football again. That's good. That's awesome.
We didn't talk about it, Jay Cross, but yeah, we saw it. Look, they want us. Tank Davis, man, the power and the speed. Like he's been in some sticky situations with other boxers, like Ryan Garcia, and he somehow one punch and it's over. Like that's the thing about Tank. Ryan Garcia has a left hook, which is deadly, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it with him. He has speed and he has the reach over Tank, but his go-to punch is that left hook. When I see him knock anybody down, it's the left hook. He doesn't knock anybody down with anything else. But you got Tank Davis, Gervonta Davis, uppercuts, left hooks, straights. I seen him knock a dude down with a right hand jab. You know, I think Tank is going to win. Tank is focused. He's not talking. He's not being as cocky as he normally is. He's not even bringing his mama to the fight. He said himself, it's a 50-50 fight. And yeah, so I think him knowing that it's a 50-50 fight, he's coming in more focused than any other fight that he's been in. And that's the reason why I think he's going to win, because now he's already dangerous when he's cocky, but now he's focused on this one guy. I think he's going to finish him. It might go 10 rounds. I think Tank finish him in 10 rounds. That's my opinion on that. But DJ Black,
interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. So I got my stream links ready to watch that. DJ Black on YouTube, what's good? Appreciate you joining. Let's get into the show. NBA, XFL, NHL, then we are out. Yes, sir. The intro. Look, we what 3 for 3 out of the last 3 with the intro playing with no problem, and we're doing good here. We're rolling. We're rolling here. None of these mistakes are happening anymore with the technical difficulties and all that. Let's get into the NBA real quick. You got the Celtics taking out the Hawks from game 1, 112-99. The Knicks took out the Cavs 101-97. Kings win 2 straight games against the Warriors. First game was 126-123. And then last night they won 114-106. 76ers are up 2-0 after taking out the Nets 121-101 and then 96-84 last night. Lakers up 1-0 against the Grizzlies 128 after winning 128-112 in Memphis, taking over home court spot. We're not talking about John Morrison. Get out of here with that WWE fan. You're not finna waste my time talking about that. Especially, that's a wrestling podcast thing anyway. Get out of here. The Miami Heat are up 1-0 on the Bucks after they beat the Bucks 130-117. Giannis got hurt in that game. Tyler Hero got hurt in that game. In the Grizzlies game, the Ja Morant got hurt and he might miss game 2. Anthony Davis had a scare saying he couldn't feel his arm.
Jeez.
But he ended up coming back, so good for him. Clippers, my upset pick, took out the Suns 115-110 in Phoenix, so they up 1-0. Then the Nuggets just destroyed the Timberwolves 109-80. And so, which game you want to start with? The Draymond stuff? You want to start with that?
Sure.
Who was wrong?
I don't think anyone was wrong. I think it was just like I when you first see the play, because I was watching the game last night, it looked bad on Draymond. Like it looked like he purposely jumped up in the air and stomped on him.
He
But to me, if you look back at the play, I think Sabonis gets smacked in the head. So when he goes down to the ground, he covers his head, which then wraps Draymond's leg around him. I don't think Sabonis was trying to hold him. I think he was just reacting to his head, which then Draymond reacts, pulls his leg out, and lands on Sabonis. To me, it looks like it was kind of like a bang play, but Draymond is going to get the slack for it. It looked bad. It did look like Draymond purposely stomped on him on his chest.
Definitely.
And I think there was like a play before then where he kind of bumped Sabonis as well. Look, straight up, Draymond's a dirty ass player. I think we can all agree that Draymond has his dirty tactics in the NBA. But this is fucking playoff basketball, bro. People are going to bite, scratch, punch, elbow. This is what we want to see, man. This is what we grew up watching. Is guys giving it their all in playoff time. And this is what we should expect. We should see guys going all out, doing what they can to win a ball game. Now, did it look bad? Yes, absolutely. Did it look like Draymond did it on purpose? Yeah, absolutely. But you cannot tell me game 3 people are going to be watching that shit after what Draymond did after that, getting the crowd to flip them off and all that bullshit. That's great TV, man. That was awesome. So
this happens every year with Draymond though in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't know why they act like they're shocked. This happens every year with Draymond.
Yeah, it does. What Draymond does is try to get in your head. And that's what he's trying to do with Sabonis. He's trying to get into Sabonis' head to get him off his game. And
I think Sabonis was getting in the Warriors' head because he was flopping and throwing his body all over the place last night. He even annoyed me. And I'm not even like a Warriors fan like that. And I was just watching him just die. He just throwing his body like it's somebody diving over the top rope in wrestling over 20 guys. And the refs were just giving him call after call. The refs were horrible last night. They were absolutely horrible last night. And I actually felt bad. I got upset for the Warriors because I'm like, man, these are some BS calls they're getting. They were in the penalty with 10 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's not good.
Like it just started.
I'm never going to feel bad for the Warriors. I'm never going to feel bad for them. But I feel you on that. The referees are not the greatest. But I don't feel like he should be suspended or anything like that. But this series right here, man, is a good one. This one is probably the best one going right now in the playoffs, in my opinion. with the maybe Lakers Grizzlies you can debate, but this one right here,
that's over.
This one is awesome. You got two teams that are kind of similar a little bit. They shoot a lot. They're fast. They don't play much defense. Yeah, so it's like it's gonna be a fun series. And I didn't think the Kings would be up 2-0 after the first two games. So the Kings are impressing me. They're fun to watch. They are fun to watch. But yeah, Draymond, he's just a dirty player. I don't think anything will happen out of it. We'll see what happens in next game and the next games after that. If Sabonis and Draymond get more into it, should be interesting. Oh,
they definitely going to get into it. And I picked the Warriors to win this series, even though they down 2-0. I'm still picking the Warriors to win this series.
My prediction on it hasn't changed. I still think the Warriors end up pulling it out. I think they win their two at home, and then they probably sneak one in Sacramento. But
I'm watching the play now. Sabonis got him in an ankle lock, like Kurt Angle.
I got to give Clippers credit, man. I didn't think they had a shot to beat the Suns.
I did. I told you.
Then when you get Paul George out, I didn't think they had a chance. But you got Kawhi. As much as I don't like the man because he left my team high and dry, man's a baller. And I've seen what he can do in playoff time with the Spurs. And this man took over that game. Russell Westbrook made some key stops. I'll give him that. He played shitty on offense.
He couldn't shoot. He couldn't make a shot, but he stopped him. He shut down KD in the first and shut down Book in the fourth.
I'll give him that. He still played hard and he still went out there and played defense because he made that key stop at the end on Devin Booker, which to me is weird. Like, you got fucking Kevin Durant, and there's nothing against Devin Booker because he's very talented as well. You got Durant, but yet you don't give him the last chance to shoot the ball. And then at that, Booker's driving to the paint for a layup when you need a three-pointer. So it's like you're really hoping and wishing that the Clippers miss their free throws on the other end of the court. So I didn't really understand that mindset there, but
it's Booker's team.
Yeah, I think they need to start feeding Durant a lot more. Start using him more on the pick and rolls and stuff like that because that man is unstoppable to guard the whole 48 minutes. You know, Kawhi can only do so much guarding Kevin Durant. So it's like
that's why Westbrook switch on him.
Yeah, true. But again, Westbrook's not always going to be able to do what he did on game one with Durant. I mean, Durant's a great player. I don't expect him to have a really bad night like he did game one. I expect him to probably use him a little bit more. Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't a bad night. He seemed like he assist and everything, triple double.
It seemed like he went quiet in that fourth quarter a little bit. And
hey, Westbrook up 1-0. J. Cross.
I feel like you got to give the Clippers a lot of credit on their game plan and how they played that night. I still don't think they win the series, though. I just feel like without Paul George, it's going to be tough. They're going to need a lot of contribution from their other players on the team. Like, they're really going to need a lot of guys scoring double digits every night for them to compete. Because to count on Kawhi to drop 20, 30 points and carrying you is not going to help. They need some help. And Westbrook, he has to play better too on offense.
He will. I ain't worried about that. He
has to.
Because a lot of stuff he missed was layups and free throws and all that. Like, he'll be all right. I'm not worried about Westbrook because he was getting to the paint at will. He just couldn't convert for whatever reason. Probably because he was playing defense as hard as he was, and he just couldn't get that lift on offense that he needed. But going back to Draymond and Sabonis, both guys were wrong. It's crazy. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people actually support Draymond. Normally the players will be, oh man, Draymond dirty. Nah, a lot of people supported Draymond, even Shaq, which shocked me. But Sabonis, it's showing up on my screen now. Sabonis, what's up, Rob? Sabonis put this man in the ankle lock like he Kurt Angle. Draymond actually gets out of it because Sabonis lets him go. And then Draymond not only steps on him, but he pushes off of him. And then hops up and run the other way. Like, this is crazy. So both guys are wrong. Draymond, he does this when he's on the road. He did it against Memphis last year. That's why Memphis and Golden State go at it like they do now. It's about to be the same. Golden State is going to turn it up. I still believe in Golden State. Now, tonight, we have the Celtics and Hawks. You want to make a prediction on that game?
Yeah, Celtics blow them out again. That series is done.
Yeah, I think the Celtics sweep them.
Yeah, that series is over, man. The Hawks are done. That team's gonna get blown up in the offseason.
Yeah.
That series is done.
Knicks and Cavaliers. Knicks are up 1. And they
I had the Knicks winning, man. I think they still.
Did they win 2 straight?
I don't think they win 2 straight. I'd be shocked if they won 2 straight in Cleveland. I'm not gonna say they can't, but I don't think they will tonight. I think Cleveland wins tonight, but I still got Knicks winning this series. I think they're just a better team.
Shout out to Jalen Brunson. Clippers and Suns tonight. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Suns. I think the Suns come back with a better game than they did. I think they're gonna have a better defensive plan for Kawhi, who almost dropped fucking 40 on them. I think they're gonna play him a lot better. Durant almost scored 30. He had 27, I think, or 28. I think he still gets his, but if the Clippers are gonna win tonight, Westbrook is gonna have to perform on offense. He's gonna have to be a factor on the offensive end.
See, that's the scary thing. He had a bad game. Gordon didn't have a good game on offense. Kawhi really did it by himself, which is not going to happen. Kawhi's going to have more help. I think the Clippers lose tonight, but they will win the next 2 in LA. Clippers are going to take the series, in my opinion. They're taking the series.
I don't know. It's going to be tough for the Clippers because they're down their best player, man. And I feel like in order for them to win, they're going to need a lot of other players to step up.
And they deep.
Oh, God. Why am I? Whoa, what the hell? So, yeah, I feel like it's a possibility that they win tonight. But, again, Westbrook needs to show up. Westbrook needs to not go 3 for 19.
Yeah.
And knock some of them shots down.
Clippers are deep. Rob said Heaton 4. Stop that.
No, I think them losing Hero really hurts them as well. And it's crazy. Did you see that play? How he hurt himself? It just dove on the ground for the ball, and then they kept him in the game, and he shot the ball.
Yeah.
That's just insane. So I think Giannis is going to play. They haven't said he's not.
Giannis should be back. But now you got people talking about, the charge needs to be removed from the NBA. Man, shut up.
I saw that.
It's Ja Morant. And I'm like, they going to them, jumping up, trying to dunk on them, put them on a poster. Like, stop this. Just because somebody got hurt now, all of a sudden,
what are they
let's
supposed
get rid
to do?
of it.
Just let them dunk?
Right.
Get the free shot?
Yeah, get out of here with that.
When did the NBA become a soft league? Injuries like that have happened in NBA's existence. We've seen plays like that happen when guys take charges or fly to the rim or whatever have you. Let's not make this a pussyfoot where you can't do shit. Come on, man. Offensive fouls and charges have been in the league forever. It's not their fault that the players are falling the way they are. It's a bang bang play, man. It happens. Who gets hurt most is the guys taking the damn charge. They're taking the brunt of the force. It happens, man. And look, Ja Morant, great player. Sucks that he got hurt. But the Lakers are just
trying to put everybody on the poster.
Yeah, they outplayed the Grizzlies that game. They were winning when he went out. So it's not like it didn't help the Grizzlies when Ja Morant went out. But they have a lot of talent on that team to still have won that game. But the Lakers, man, I think they're on a mission. They may not win the second round because I'm not sure who they would face. I think the Suns, winner of the Suns and Clippers, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
You said the Lakers who they will face next?
Yeah, if they went to and moved on. Probably be the Clippers.
Yeah, Clippers of the Suns.
They're probably not going to get past the second round, but I think they're on a mission to beat the Grizzlies because the Grizzlies are a bunch of shit talkers, man. They're all a bunch of shit talkers who have not been anywhere past the conference finals, and they think they're better than they are. They're a bunch of shit talkers, and I think they're going to put them down to earth, and game one kind of proved it. They're still not, Hachimura, 29 points. I don't see that happening. They're still talking shit after they lost the game. It's like they're not even being humble. So, locker room material, man.
Yeah.
Especially with LeBron. That's not a good thing.
Yeah. Rob, I don't know, man. I think it might be OBS. That it might not be your end. It might be OBS, honestly. If it's like glitching, I don't know. I'm trying to look at it on screen. If it's doing it, I don't know. Let's just keep it going. We almost done. Let's get into the XFL, ladies and gentlemen. Week 9 just went by. A very important week for a lot of teams. The Roughnecks, they secured a home field advantage for the South Division Championship playoff game as they take out the Vipers 28-21 in Houston. The Brahmas keep their playoff hopes alive, which is crazy. They beat the Guardians 25-23 in San Antonio. Renegades going up against DC Defenders. DC was playing to secure their home spot in the North Division playoff, and the Renegades were playing to secure a spot in the playoffs, period. Very close game, man. The Renegades scored 17 unanswered in the fourth to make it a game, but in overtime they lost 28-26 to the DC Defenders. So DC has locked the number 1 seed in the North. Renegades, they're in a situation where they got to win and get in, or they got to hope for the Brahmas to lose this coming week. The Sea Dragons took on the Battlehawks. Both teams, if the Sea Dragons lose, they're out. If the Battlehawks win, they're in. It's simple as that. But the Sea Dragons came to St. Louis in front of that crowd, 38,000 people, and took it to them. They won 30-12. So now that sets up week 10. Important games, which I like this. I like that it's very important in week 10 with everybody still playing. The Brahmas win and get in, but they're taking on the best team in the XFL, the Defenders, in San Antonio. Do the Defenders rest people? We don't know. I haven't heard yet. And let's just say they play everybody. Who you got winning this game?
Man, it's gonna be tough, bro. I would love for the Brahmas to win. I just don't see it happening. I think, maybe if you like you said, they sit players, or maybe they sit them in the second half.
They better not. I'm gonna be mad as hell.
Maybe they have a shot. I think DC just looks like the best team in the XFL at this point.
Yeah.
And the Brahmas lack so hard on offense. Watching them play, it's very frustrating because their defense is what's keeping them in games.
Yeah.
Their offense is trash, man.
Yeah.
I think DC just goes out there and beats them pretty handily.
I'm gonna be biased towards this pick. I hope DC Defenders beat the Brahmas.
Of course they do.
The Battlehawks, they have to beat the Guardians. Guardians are 1-8. Battlehawks are at home in St. Louis. The Battlehawks have to win to get in, but at the same time, they need the Sea Dragons to lose as well. They're going to have a tiebreaker here. I don't know how they're going to do this, but I got to look at the rules for that. But the Guardians and the Battlehawks in St. Louis, I got the Battlehawks for that one. Who you have on that?
Yeah, they're gonna stuff that stadium up, man, for that game and the importance of it. They may even give away tickets just so they can fill that thing up. I think the Battlehawks win.
Got the Battlehawks as well. Roughnecks, Houston Roughnecks versus the Renegades. Hopefully this is the playoff matchup in 2 weeks. But I don't know if Houston's going to sit people as well. So let's see. Houston versus the Renegades in Arlington. Arlington is favored by 1 point. Win and you're in. Simple as that. Who do you have?
Seeing that it's in Arlington and it's the team, it's not like Houston is way better than Arlington.
Right.
From what I've seen on TV. Seems like they're about similar in talent. I'm going to go Arlington. I think Arlington wins because it's at home.
Arlington looks like they're finally starting to wake up on offense with the new quarterback that they traded for from the Vipers. He had a breakout game against DC. I mean, they played DC hard in DC. That's a tough environment. That's probably the second toughest, if not the toughest environment in the XFL. And they came back and scored 17 unanswered points to take them to overtime. I watched that game. It was one of the best games of the season. Really, this whole weekend for the XFL was real good. If you haven't watched the XFL, this past weekend is the weekend you should have watched. I'm going to be a homer here. I'm going to take the Renegades because I feel like maybe they have figured it out finally on offense and they got enough to beat the Roughnecks. Defense is still great. They lead the league in penalties. In takeovers, takeaways. So they take away the ball more than anybody else in the XFL. They got 2 more Sunday against DC. So let's see if they can keep that going. Then the Sea Dragons versus the Vipers in Seattle. Win and you're in. Well, depending on the tiebreaker. I gotta once again read the tiebreaker rules. If they end up winning and then the Battlehawks end up winning. Actually, no, I take that back because Seattle has already beaten the Battlehawks twice. So Seattle wins, they're in, no matter if the Battlehawks win or not. So Seattle win and in versus the Vegas Vipers in Seattle. Who you got?
I'm gonna go the Sea Dragons.
Yeah, Josh Gordon, Ben DiNucci, Philip Lindsay, they're going to the playoffs. Seattle is gonna hopefully bring some fans to that stadium. You know, now that they knowing this is a playoff thing going on right now, so we'll see. And that's the XFL predictions. Rob, 2 teams from the north, 2 teams from the south. So it's 8 teams total. 4 teams make the playoffs. 1 game in the north, 1 game in the south, and they meet in San Antonio for the championship. That's how it is. So
that's gonna be a packed stadium, man.
I'm gonna try my best to get out there, man. I want to make it. No matter who plays in the championship game, I want to be out there. So we'll see. That's the XFL for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the NHL playoffs. Round 1 has started for our hockey fans. I know a couple people asked, we was like, y'all don't talk hockey enough. Well, here you go. Here's hockey right now. We got the Hurricanes taking out the Islanders 2-1 last night. You had the Bruins taking out the Panthers 3-1. The Minnesota Wild took out the Dallas Stars 3-2 in Dallas. Dirty hit in the second inning. I'm sorry, in the second period. I said inning like it's baseball. Second period on the Star Center, Joe Pavlinsky, man. It was a very dirty hit. The Wild was down 2-1 when it happened, and then they scored 2 unanswered points and won in overtime over the Stars. The Kings took out the Oilers 4-3, and that is the updated scores. Do you want to give predictions on who you think is going to win these series, or?
I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I don't watch a lick of hockey. My favorite hockey team is the Sabres, who I can't even watch them.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I think the Bruins should win it all. They're like the best team in the NHL. They had the best record. I think they have like the best record ever in NHL history or close to it. So I'd say Bruins gonna win it all. That's all I'm gonna say. I have no interest in NHL playoffs, even though like NHL playoffs I know are great and they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
I just never could get into. And now they're on so many different channels, and it's kind of hard to find the NHL at times. It's on ESPN2 last night.
Yeah. They're all over the place. They're all over the place. I think the finals, if I had to predict the finals, of course the Bruins. I mean, you got to put the Bruins in there. I'm gonna be a homer. I think the Stars and the Bruins make the Stanley Cup, depending on if our center could come back, because that's a huge deal. Them taking him out, and he might not play game 2, Pavlinsky. So if he's able to come back and we get past this series, I think it'll be Boston and Dallas in the finals, in the Stanley Cup finals. And yeah, that's my predictions on that. So that's the NHL for you. That is the show for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all coming through. Told you we're making it quick, getting in and out. We both got things to do today, these last 2 weeks. So, and then we got the NFL draft coming up. So
yeah, draft this week, man. Is it this week or next week?
Next week.
Yeah, definitely.
Thursday.
Yeah, we'll be here. We'll be here, man.
So he said even the comments delayed. Yeah, so I it might be OBS because my internet is fine. I did the internet test and it's fine. So I do see like a little red box right here in OBS. I don't know what that means, but okay. I don't know what that means, but my internet is fine. I'm hardwired in. My CPU is not taking a lot of energy. Like that's running fine. I don't know what else to really tell y'all, but appreciate y'all watching. Now, once you watch the replay, if you miss anything, the replay will be just fine. It'll run smoothly, but the live, for whatever reason, is not working. It's not running as smoothly as it should for whatever reason. So much love to y'all for joining. Appreciate y'all coming through on YouTube, on Twitch, dopecontent.com. Tony, you got anything you want to promote before we get off?
Oh, that's it. We'll be live tomorrow on our channel for Dynamite, and then next Thursday I'm excited for the draft. I'm excited to do the draft with all y'all.
Yes, sir. That's going to be a good one. So make sure you tune in. That will be live on Twitch. on YouTube, on dopecontent.com. And if Tony does decide to go live, that will be live on Tony's stream as well. So he could change his mind by then. And if he does, we'll let you know.
We'll be live just on Dope. And I don't know if it's since I'm live here on my backup account, if it shows me I'm live on there, but I'll just be here, just here.
All right, so we'll get that set up, and I'll get to work on trying to, get all the first round prospects up. So if they do get drafted, we'll have a full, scouting list on them with their pictures and all that. That's gonna be hell trying to do, but I'm gonna try to do that. Hopefully. Rob is steady talking about Chicago and the Blackhawks, and Rob, just stop. The Chicago is not going nowhere. Just stop. But appreciate y'all coming through. You can show love to Dope Content and help the stream and the brand grow by going to dopecontent.com. We have donations there. You can buy merch there. I mean, it's a lot you can do, even if I'm not streaming. If you want to help the brand grow, I'm telling people this because I'd rather you donate whatever you donate on Twitch and YouTube. I'd rather you donate it directly to the website. It goes directly to the Dope Content business account. It is only spent on mics, mixers, lights, whatever. I'm very transparent with my people. I tell you all the time, none of that gets spent on personal use. It's all to upgrade this, to use a studio like we did for the last the Dope Content podcast we did. Lights, all that is used for the stream. So if you want to help Dope Content grow and you believe in Dope Content, just go there, go to dopecontent.com. You'll scroll down, you'll see help our cause, and it'll tell you it's all there. I'd rather you do that versus the Twitch and the YouTube payments, because YouTube and Twitch is going to take percentage of your money just like that, and half the time we don't even see it. Like, we really don't see it. Y'all think the creators are getting a lot. We really don't see all of it like we should. Like, they're taking a big percentage of it. So if you want to help the brand, dopecontent.com. That's all I'm gonna tell you. And once y'all start doing that, I'll cut all commercials off on Twitch. Until then, that's commercial gotta be there. 'Cause we gotta get it somehow. Like, we gotta get it somehow. I done came so much out of pocket that it's actually helping me on my taxes. Like, I would have owed if I didn't spend the money I spent last year on mics and mixes and the stuff that I spent the money on. So I guess thank y'all for that part, I guess.
I hear you, man. I definitely hear you on that. It's Twitch Stage does take a lot out of the full payment that you do receive. I saw that about a couple days ago when they paid me on Twitch. They do take a great percentage out of their payment. So PayPal, whatever else you guys want to donate, it helps out a lot, because doing these streams are not easy. They do cost money, and takes time out of your day as well too. So
a lot. So
I try, like on our stream, I try not to. I do appreciate the subs. I do appreciate the bits as well. They do help out a lot, and I just don't like to kind of always mention it, because I feel like then the people are thinking I'm just doing this for money, which I'm not. I mean, it's cool to get paid for it, but if you like to support,